Hey, amazing beings. It's me, Dr. Sarah, coming at you on Friday, on the day of Free and Clear Fridays with me. So, how are things in your world in this moment? Light? Heavy? Both? You know, it's not impossible to have things go on simultaneously in different areas of your world and in your life in a way that are light and heavy all the time. But it's always good to ask, and it's great to check in. And really, you know, this is what we do here, right? On this little show that goes about 20 minutes every Friday with me and you, and checking in to see how things be, how you be, if you're in a space of light or heavy. Kind of rhymed, how fun. And I wonder what we will clear today. What will we get clear on? What would it be like to be in a more light space in somewhere that may be heavy? So what if you take a moment and check in? What are you aware of going on in your world right now? Is there something that's been lingering, limiting? So everything that is, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Hi everyone, it's great to see you now and in the future, hopefully too, on IGTV. So welcome. Now that clearing statement that I just used here, I like to always explain at the beginning. It comes from this amazing systematic tool and systematic, base of creation called Access Consciousness. And that statement can be described a little more in detail on a link on my website, and you can find that in my bio, which then you go to the link tree, and you can click on that and you'll see the clearing statement and you can read about it there. It's the coolest thing. It allows us to get free of anything that's limiting us. And that's one thing I wanted to look at today in a little more detail. Limiting thoughts. Do you have any? What are you aware of when I say limiting thoughts? Now, we tend to think a lot, feel a lot, get emotional a lot. Some of us do, unless you are clearing where you may not be so much. But a lot of times in this reality, we are encouraged to go into limiting thoughts, limiting points of view. It's everywhere, right? Oh my goodness, it never stops. So we can be a sponge of all of this intensity and negativity, and you'll think it's yours. And a lot of times it's not. So how many limiting thoughts do you have that don't belong to you? Everything that is, let's destroy and uncreate it all now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. How many limiting thoughts have you made yours as a result of buying someone else's limiting thought? Everything that is, destroyed and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So it's very interesting to me, and I'm always highly aware of this, that in my profession, because I'm a psychologist, we are encouraged to ask others, and you may know this if you happen to have ever done therapy, to really get clear on what you're thinking and to get clear on what it is, but not necessarily clear of it. You know, there's this whole movement of cognitive behavioral therapy, which is all about thinking and rethinking and changing your thoughts and changing your behaviors. And a lot of times it doesn't do much except keep you in the limitation of whatever you're thinking. Because we're still stuck in the mind where we are looking to try to get free of. So everywhere you try to change your thoughts and behaviors, and it never works, and then you wrong yourself for it, let's destroy and uncreate all that now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Yes, we're taught to think. We're taught to feel. and we're taught to show emotion. Now, if you're functioning from a different harmonic place, that's kind of a nice way to describe it, a higher frequency of sorts, then you can be in more of the awareness of things, the perceiving of your feelings, the knowing before you think, a space of being rather than emoting, and a place of receiving rather than from this linear pleasure principle of this reality. So when we're in the knowing, being, perceiving, and receiving of things, it tends to get a lot easier. We don't have to be in the limitation then of our thoughts, feelings, and emotions. It's just so much easier to navigate. Now, if this seems like over your head, don't worry about it. It doesn't matter anyway. If this resonates with you and you're like, yes, great. Either way, let's destroy and uncreate anything that won't allow you to be in that higher harmonic space of knowing, being, perceiving, and receiving. Let's destroy and uncreate that. Right or wrong, good or bad, pon poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. So, let's tune into right now a thought that you've been maybe wrestling with. It could be the thing that's been heavy for you this week. Tune into that. Get clear on a thought that's related to that. Be with that. And let's now clear on that. So everything that is, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Now, all the feelings that go along with it. The feeling that may be heavy, that's attached to anything that's been, or that thing that's been limiting for you this week. Let's destroy and uncreate all of that now, please. Right or wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. So everywhere you've gotten emotional about it. And there is a difference between allowing your body to release through tears and another to distract yourself with the emotion that is keeping you from getting clear on whatever is heavy. So all the emotion that's keeping you limited here, let's destroy and uncreate all that. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Whew. Wow, I'm getting like chills everywhere. It's like heat and chills at the same time. Now, everywhere that you have been limited in the linear lack of pleasure or the pleasure principle of whatever's been heavy this week, let's destroy and uncreate anything that hasn't allowed you to receive something greater. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. So I don't know about you, but do you find yourself wanting to control things? Like really be able to micromanage and make sure things happen, and if it doesn't happen, it starts controlling you. Now, us humanoids, as you may have heard me speak about human and humanoids before, but us humanoids tend to be control freaks of magnitude. And there's nothing wrong with that. However, when we do control in the way that is external, like controlling, trying to control what's going on around us, or control people around us to do something different, it leaves us in a lack of control and in a limitation. Have you ever noticed that? And the more you try to control it, the more it just doesn't work or it starts controlling you. So let's destroy and uncreate all that now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyond. So what I wonder is, what would it be like to get clear on your choice around that, rather than it being about control? So take that same situation where you've tried to control it and ask, what choice do I have here? If I were to choose something light, what would that look like? What choices do I have here? Choice allows us to have freedom. Freedom is in our choice, and our choice is in our freedom. Freedom and choice go hand in hand together. Control and needing to be right tend to be the mix that does not mix well. So everywhere you're doing control and need to be right rather than choice and freedom to create what it is you would like instead, let's just destroy and uncreate all that now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon, poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Wow. That had some charge on it. It's lightened up a bit. Have you noticed that? All these clearings seem to be shifting something. That's what I'm noticing. So what choices do you have now available to you that will allow you to be free of the limiting thoughts that have been blocking you from being all of you? Anything that won't allow you to be, know, receive, and perceive all of that, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon, poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. And you know, if you're new to this Free and Clear Friday with me today, let's say this is your first time, you don't need to know a word I'm saying. The aim here is, if it's a little lighter, we've done our job here. If you have more ease, that's where it's at. You don't need to know a word I say if you can receive it, because really the truth is it's all about energy. And if we get clear of a heavy energy, that's all it really means. That's all we really require. So if this all sounds Greek to you, but you're noticing it being lighter, how does it get any better than that? And if you happen to have been able to follow along with me, how does it get any better than that? So anything that won't allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive all that now, let's destroy it and create it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon, poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Now this thing about, let's just go back for a moment on limiting thinking or thinking in general. You hear a lot of you are what you think. Now there is some truth to that. Whatever you tell yourself and you believe it, you're going to most likely actualize. So when we can get clear of anything we're thinking about who we are, we really open ourselves up to be whatever we choose in any given 10 seconds. Because it only takes about 10 seconds to ask a question, to be in the awareness. So what we're doing instead is living in a conscious space where we don't have to do the thinking, where we can just be. Where we can just be and be in the question and be in the choice in every 10 seconds. So what would I like to choose now? Or just going along and being whatever this is until I ask another question in the space of this. This is where we actually can function from consistently. It's our mind that slows us down. And within the mind is where we cognitize things. We think, we feel, we have the emotion. That is the limitation. Now, if I sound like I'm on repeat, I'm aware that this is what you require, and I'm willing to deliver this information consistently in these different ways because we all receive it differently. And I follow the energy on these Free and Clear Fridays to go wherever that takes me with you. So I reiterate in these different ways for you to receive it. And every time we receive it or you hear it, it may come through differently. And it may be on the first time you get it, or maybe it's the last time that whatever I said, you get it. And if you don't get it all, again, how does it get any better than this? So everywhere you're always trying to figure things out, trying to fix things that only keep you in the limitation of what it is that you're thinking you have to fix to begin with. Let's destroy and uncreate all that now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon, poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Wow, amazing. I am so grateful for each of you because when I show up here, when I move into the space, when I tune into the energy of whatever is coming through in any given moment on the show, this is where I receive what I bring to you. So together we create this. And I can even sense a little bit into the future. I happen to be a bit of a futurist. to what you may require even then, even if you're seeing this in the future. So I wonder, what else is possible now? What else can you be and receive in your life and living that will change things exponentially? Now, I have a class coming up. It is going to be with Andrea Veloso. He's an amazing being. And together we're doing this class. It's going to be on February 20th. You may have seen some posts about it. I'm going to be continuing to post about it, where we talk about how different are you willing to be? And look at it from a very psychological point of view. Like anytime you've been limited or put in a box around a diagnosis, we're going to look at kind of that piece. But we're also going to just look at it from a place of out creating your life and being the difference you be in order to create the life and living you desire. So this class will be about 3 hours long. There's no prerequisite. There is a book that you can purchase that speaks to the course. And there's also going to be a free manual that you'll receive. You're going to get recordings from the class. It's going to be so much fun, and I'm so looking forward to it. The cost of the class is 50 euros, or it's about $57 US, because this is going to be an international class. So Andre is going to be filming it on his end from Sweden, and I will be in the States. I'm in Michigan, so we will be doing this at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and it's going to be 7 p.m. European time. So how does it get any better than that? And I wonder what else is possible. I would love for you to join us. And one other thing, we're doing a free live Instagram and Facebook this Monday, Valentine's Day. It's going to be 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be 4 p.m. European time. You can join us and ask questions, be present. You'll get a sense of him and I and how we're going to be with you in the class. So I would love for you to join us then. That's my little spiel at the end of Free and Clear Fridays, because I love passing things on to you that can be a benefit to you and anything that it is that you're looking to create. And oh my goodness, how did I get to be so lucky to be here with you? How did I get to be so lucky to be part of this and clear with you anything that's been limiting? So we are at our time, and I wonder now, what would it be like if you went forth into the weekend, into the next week, with being in the awareness of where your mind may be limiting you? And you can use the clearing statement that we use here. You can make it simple and use Panpak to say Panpak, 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 anything that's limiting me in my thoughts right now, my feelings, you can use it that way. And if you forget what that is even, you can say whatever she said, meaning me. And I'm happy to contribute. All right, amazing beings. So go forth. You know I have your back always. That never stops. And I want you to have an amazing this weekend, to be in the space of ease and clarity. And I will look forward to see you next Friday for Free and Clear Fridays. And I wonder what else is possible now, and how does it get any better than this? All right. Take care for now.